I'm 29 years old, visiting Manila for the first time. Month-long trip, vacation. Today I had a frustrating experience that left me feeling both disappointed and foolish. I wanted to share it here, not just as a warning, but also as a way to process what just happened. Earlier, I was at Robinson Mall, Manila, when a man approached me. He looked to be in his late 30s or early 40s, but he claimed to be 45 years old. Maybe Asian genetics made him look younger. He chuckled when he saw me and said he was the doorman at my hotel and that today was his day off. I told him I was staying in a condo, not a hotel. He quickly responded, "Oh, yeah, we call condos hotels too, sir." At first he seemed friendly and genuine, so I was friendly back. We chatted a bit, and I asked him how much he earned per day. He said 700 pesos and mentioned he wanted a better paying job. He sounded sincere. Then he told me it was his son's birthday today and that he brought his family to the arcade to celebrate. He even led me to see it, saying they're inside playing. I was in a good mood and feeling empathetic. I thought it was sweet that he was spending his only day off with his family. But then he lightly mentioned that he wouldn't be able to take them out for a meal, just the arcade. That hit me hard. I grew up in a disoriented family and worked since I was 12 years old. Construction, hospitality, and to survive. I never had moments like this with my own father, and maybe that's why this story tugged at me. I wanted to help him, give his family a better day. I excused myself to the restroom, washed my hands, and when I came out, handed him 1,000 pesos. He looked happy, but not particularly thankful. That should have been a red flag, but I ignored it. Then I asked, "Is this enough for a good meal for your wife and two kids?" He hesitated and said, "If it was 2,000, it would be better." Without thinking much, I gave him another 1,000 pesos. At this point, I still believed he was a good father, just trying to do something nice for his family. Then the conversation shifted. He said he wanted a better paying job and was open to moving abroad. Since I run a software company in Singapore, I told him I might be able to help him find a job, maybe as an errand boy, driver, or security guy. I asked for his WhatsApp to stay in touch. That's when things got weird. He said he didn't use WhatsApp, but would get his phone from his family and come back with his contact details. I said, "Okay, I will wait for you at Starbucks." I waited 30 minutes. Then time passed. No one came back. Reality hit me. He was never a doorman at my condo. His family was never at the arcade. He never wanted a job. He just wanted 2,000 pesos. Honestly, the money means nothing to me. It's such a small amount that I don't care about losing it. What hurts is that I got played for being kind. I fell for a bunch of lies because I let my emotions get involved. This was my first impression of a Filipino. I went to the mall to eat, but after this incident, I felt so broken as a human that I lost my appetite. I wanted to share this as a warning. If you meet someone like this, check their story first, or better yet, don't help them at all, because after today, I have made a decision. I will never help anyone who asks for it for the rest of my life. That is a story shared by someone visiting the Philippines. Now, I know what you are all thinking: rookie mistake, common sense, and many more obvious things that you and I may know. But keep this in mind. This is a 29-year-old young man, most likely never been on a dating site, at least not the ones that Filipino women are on, such as Pina Love, OkCupid, Plenty of Fish, or any other website which most older people use. Younger people do not need these websites as they usually talk to women on Instagram or Snapchat, or better yet, just go out and meet women. So this may have been his first actual experience with someone scamming him. If it was you or I would have known this, since we talk to many Filipinas online, and obviously many of them ask for money immediately, and birthdays being one of the most common excuses. It is sad to read the story because this incident, this situation and experience broke this man's humanity. It clearly changed his perspective on life and how to view people. A sad way to be switched over for less than $40. According Poole says, if someone cold approaches you at a mall, you need to have your guard up. If someone did this in your home country, you would so. Why not here? Manila is one of the scam capitals of the world. Be on your guard. Yes, correct. However, consider this. This is a man that never once considered someone trying to scam him, as he was simply minding his own business inside of a mall. And since he is not dating a Filipina online, scamming may have been new to him. And because he keeps hearing other vloggers say that Filipinos are the kindest people on earth, he may have simply thought, wow, what a kind gentleman. Let me go ahead and help him. Yes, it's easy to blame this guy, but I understand why he may have fallen for it. You or I may not have, but it's easy to see someone for the first time being 29 years old and having family issues of themselves at a young age will simply want to help someone with only 1,000 pesos. But we know that's 2 full days of work. M. Vazowski says, I'm sorry this happened to you, but let me give you a few pointers. Nobody will approach you saying, hey, I know you because nobody knows you. If someone saw you today, they would forget your face tomorrow. There are 100 million people living in that country. Nobody comes and makes small talk like, hey, feel bad for me. And if they do, that person is clearly a con artist. This one is the best thing I can give you. You learned somewhat lesson today. The lesson cost you only 2,000 pesos, which is dirt cheap. You can't trust anyone acting like your friend, and you should always learn to say, "Ah man, I just wish I had some cash on me." Jarhead says, that sucks, man. I feel your pain. It's happened to a lot of us when we first get here. The sub is full of stories of people getting scammed. You are really sadly not alone. I've never seen a culture that puts so much energy into scamming everyone, local or not, as much as they can, as you will hear. This is accurate. One thing that's always puzzled me is why do Filipinos put so much effort into scamming people? If they were able to put even half of that effort into actually bettering themselves, their culture, their people, and their own situation, I promise you, half this nation would be in a much better place financially. That is the sad part of it. It always boggles my mind because they put so little effort into themselves. The other thing that's getting worse is the lack of effort on the other hand, because they don't need to. They simply ask you within the first sentence because they know you are either a sucker, a simp, or you simply will not tolerate them asking for money. So, when they ask you for money immediately, they want to see your reaction. If you give them any kind of hope, then they will spend their time on you. It's the same thing as when men ask a woman to immediately go to bed with them. If she says yes, then you win. If she says no, then you would have had no chance with her anyways, at least not in the short term. Think of it that way. Our catfish of the day. How do you go from this to this? The best comment is from Nasiri. Crazy to think grown men in their 60s and 70s actually think some 20-year-old or even 30-year-old actually loves them and won't dump them in a second for someone else with more money. Crazy, yet true. There is no worst comment of the day. Support the channel, send super thanks, thumbs up, share, and subscribe. Thanks for watching. God bless.